Let's do it. We got a circle. And Reyes has got a couple of noodles. That's great. So I'm looking at domain. What are the x values that can possibly be? The lowest x value is right here. Highest is right here. So all these values are greater than -2. All these values here are less than +2. So I already know that my domain is going to be greater than or equal. Reyes, help me out, please. Thank you. Greater than or equal to -2. Right? That's the left boundary. But less than or equal to +2. We're rocking and rolling. X can be anything in between those two numbers, including those two numbers, including the endpoints. These are the endpoints. Let's figure out y now. Y-axis, I'll do it in red. Lowest value y can be is there. Highest value y can be is right there.
Y can be greater than or equal to 0.
Beautiful.
Less than or equal to 4.
We're rocking and rolling. Questions? Beautiful. Thank you, Ms. Otis. Are we good, Reyes? Nice, nice. Reyes, would this be a function? What would you say?
No.
You're absolutely right. Provide an argument, Valdez.
Because well, there's many ways to try to do the vertical line test.
Does it pass or fail the vertical line test?
It fails.
It fails miserably. Look at all these ways it passes more than 1 point. So this is a no. Good job, gentlemen. Question number 4. We're going to go kind of fast now. Here we go. Number 5. Going once, going twice. Any questions? Let's do it. Number 5 is... Now, on your own note guide there, these arrows indicate infinity. To infinity and beyond, like Buzz Lightyear. What can X be then, Valedo?
What's that? The infinity sign?
Right, that's when we describe end behavior. I like that. We're going to get there. But right now I just want to describe X. So how would I describe X? There's a word that describes every number on the number line.
All real numbers.
All real numbers. So X can be all real numbers. A real number is a number that you can imagine on the number line, fractions and whole numbers. So every number that you can fathom on the number line is called a real number. And so what we're saying here, look, X can be any real number. You want something over here? X, it'll be over here on the graph. Something over here, it'll be down there on the graph. So you can go and write all real numbers. Or there's a symbol for all real numbers so you don't get a hand cramp writing all real numbers all the time. The symbol for all real numbers is this. I would prefer this. It's like a double bar with the R symbol. Okay? That's a symbol for all real numbers. This is more professional if you just do that. But you can write it and it's fine. How about the range? What can Y be? All real numbers too. You know, when you're doing domain and range, another way to come about the question is ask yourself, is there any numbers that Y cannot be? That's the first thing you can ask yourself, and sometimes that kind of helps you. Is there anything X cannot be? Well, according to the graph, no. It's all real numbers. Is this a function, Padilla? What do you think?
Yeah.
It is. Vertical line test, only 1 point. This is a yes. Question number 5. Moving right along. Number 6. Stay on me, yeah. No phones. Here we go. Forever that way, and it comes down to this last point there. Doesn't go lower than that point. Chang, what do you think the domain is? Is there anything x cannot be? That's another way to see it. Is there anywhere on the graph that prevents x being from a certain value?
No.
You say no? Right. So what do you think the domain is then? If I go this way on x, there'll be some point up here on the line. If I go over here on x, it'll be up here. If I go over here on x, it'll be up here. That just goes forever that way. Right, so what's the, how do we say that? Every number on the number line is what? Help them out, Miss Lotus.
All the numbers?
All real numbers. Try that. All right. How about range?
Greater than negative 5.
Greater or equal to -5. Thank you, Loretto and Miss Lotus. So notice the y-axis, the lowest value that y can take is here, and it can take on every value from there on up. So that's going to be a -5. But I have to state y first. Since I'm describing y, I want to say y is greater than or equal to -5. This is the more appropriate way to state it. You state the variable first, and then whatever you're going to say about the variable. In other words, this is unprofessional. If you were to write it like this, even though this means the same thing as that, and it's technically right, you have to write it this way. This is good manners, this is bad manners. Little FYI. Mr. Totis, is this a function?
Yeah.
You're awesome. Three more. We're going quickly. Questions?
How about in dogs?
What should I do with this guy about this?
They got 12.
Here you go. Number 7. They lost yesterday. That's why. If they would have won, I would have liked you, but no. I'm going to kick you out. Just kidding. Number 7. Domain and range. Let's do it. Is there any value that x cannot be? So this goes on forever this way. Look at it. It gets fatter and fatter forever. But is there anything that x cannot be? X greater or equal to 0. Look at it. The lowest value x and b is right there. It can't be anything but lower than 0. So x has to be greater or equal to 0. Perfect. Excellent. Nice. Again, notice how I stated x first. I did not say this. X. Even though this is technically correct, you have to state the x first. I don't want this garbage. That's unprofessional. We're professionals in Lugia's class. This is why he wears a tie. Sorry. Range time. Now ask yourself, is there any values y cannot be? So here's your y-axis. Is there any value y cannot be? What do you think, Rodriguez? You put them back on? That is awesome. That is awesome. Anything that y cannot be. If y is here, if y is here, if y is here, if y is right there, if y is right here, y is right here, y is right here. Right? There's no value that y cannot be. All real numbers. Is this a function, Miss Donis? Nope. It doesn't pass the vertical line test. We're rocking and rolling.
Where ranges?
All real numbers.
Because x is a function. And it's
Like, all real numbers. Like this.
supposed to be greater.
The double R.
Oh, it's a double one.
Sorry, this is a symbol for all real numbers. Forgive my chicken scratch. Better?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Second last one. What's the language go? What's the language, man? You keep throwing F-bombs.
That's crazy.
It is. Keep throwing F-bombs. Domain. Is there anything X cannot be? I'll put in Dodger blue since they're going to win the World Series, right, Valdez? So here's my X-axis. Is there anything that X cannot be here? So it's kind of funky. It starts here, goes forever that way. Starts here, goes forever this way. It's a weird, funky looking graph. Is there any value that X cannot be?
No.
No. What would it be then? What's my domain?
I don't know.
Gracias. X can be any number. And there'll be some point on the graph that realizes that X value.
Okay.
Give him a hug. It's going to be okay, Valdez. By the way, we're on YouTube right now. I mean, come on. We're live. Let's do it. How about range? Is there any values Y cannot be?
Greater than or equal to 1? Right?
So Y could be 2? Is there any point where...
No.
No, it's kind of tricky. I'm willing and ready to give 2 extra stamps for someone to give me the range here. Just blurt it out. 2 stamps. Who can give me the range? 2 stamps for change. Look at example 1. Look at example 1. Let me go back to example 1. Remember the range was just individual numbers? Like, I forgot what it was. This was whatever. It was just, we just separated the numbers. So here, check it out. Y can only be 1 and 3. No, because I mean, just think about it at any point. Look, how about this point? What's the Y value there? The Y value, 3. How about right there? What's the Y value there? There. It's only going to be 1 or 3. No matter where it is on the graph, it'll only be 1 or 3. Excellent work, Mr. Chang. Is it? What do you think, Mr. Gotis? Argument, please. Right here, the vertical line test failed right there. It's 2 points. This is a big note. Questions?
So you see how like right there, you crosses these, so say like they're a little bit more apart and a vertical line goes straight through them. It's not a function or what? Or is it a function?
So let's say this is higher up
No, like more apart. And the vertical line goes through.
without hitting any points.
Yeah.
It would pass the function test.
Yeah. Alright.
Because if a vertical line can only hit 1 point on a graph, it's a function. If it hits more than 1 point, it's not a function. Now, number 9, I'm willing and ready to give an extra 10 tickets or 2 stamps, your choice. Remember, 2 stamps is 1 productive day. For someone to give me the domain and range for number 9 later. At this point, I'm going to put you guys in groups of 2 for the pair share table talk. Okay? Excuse me.